confidence because I just drove it, top to bottom. We started in Dalton, North Georgia, near the Tennessee state line. When I was a kid growing up in Georgia, when someone said Dalton, you said carpets. I mean, this was a one-horse town for a long time.
Oh, absolutely.
Dalton Mayor Dennis Mock, who assures me Dalton is still, quote, the carpet capital of the world. They make all kinds of floor coverings, actually, laminates, hardwood, tiles, and then last year, a company from Korea came knocking.
They showed up, we liked them, and they liked us, and that's how it works.
The company was Hanwha Q-Cells. This January, 5 months ago, here in Dalton, Georgia, production began at the biggest solar assembly factory in the Western Hemisphere.
When we go out on the floor, there are a lot of moving pieces, so if we can all stay together.
Our guide, Lisa Nash, she helped hire the 600 people this factory now employs. We've just stepped through a couple of double doors onto the main factory floor. It's about a football field and a half long, getting the lay of the land of the production line here. Actually, 3 production lines side by side, operating 24/7. Around us, solar cells are getting slotted into frames, workers are checking for defects. I'm trying to wrap my head around the scale of the place when a kind of critter forklift approaches. What are these little robot cars I just saw?
So those are heisters.
Heisters. They're basically unmanned forklifts, and they are hauling pallets of finished panels around. Almost all the machinery here was shipped over from Korea, so the final solar product could be assembled here in Georgia. And my question for Scott Moskowitz, Director of Strategy and Market Intelligence, is why? Why Georgia?
Why Georgia? Well, first of all, the U.S. is the second largest solar market in the world. It will be for the foreseeable future.
He's led us up to a conference room. We have peeled off the big plastic goggles and paper booties we were required to wear on the factory floor. Moskowitz says locating in Georgia made sense in part because a lot of customers want to do the tour we have just done, see firsthand how their panels are made.
The vast majority of these will end up in projects in the U.S. and many of them in projects in the Southeast because this is the largest region for solar installations over the next 5 years.
So demand is high.
Demand for solar is high and growing.
Then there's the matter of tariffs. Scott Moskowitz says they were already eyeing the U.S. market when President Trump slapped a 30% tariff on solar imports. Just 4 months later, May 2018, Hanwha Q-Cells announced this plant.
Tariffs have made it such that for the time being, this is the most attractive place to assemble panels for use in the U.S. market.
Okay, now let me introduce another player on the solar scene here in Georgia, Facebook. Yes, Facebook is headquartered on the other side of the country, but they are behind one of the first orders for this factory in Dalton. Last year, around the same time Hanwha Q-Cells was sniffing around in Dalton, Facebook announced plans to build a giant data center just a couple of hours drive southeast. So we point our car down I-75 towards our next stop. We have now driven out east of Atlanta. We're in Newton County, Georgia.